Three.
I'm trying to record this now. Perfect time.
Well, we're on. We're live. So, welcome again, everyone, to Flip-NFTs. This is episode 8. You're rocking with your boy Jamal. And
I'm Saba. I like saying it like that now.
all right. In no particular order, we're just going to kind of dive into things. Yeah, this week isn't over, but it's midweek. It's a Wednesday. 5:41 for me. Some other time for you wherever you are, viewers. But where would you like to start today on the last week's wrap up and kind of like this week's topic?
Last week's wrap up was you put me on to our new AI friends because we love
Hmm.
AI network, and I really enjoyed our meeting. And I don't know why, as a designer, I forgot about Open API. Like it was like such a nice moment after the meeting where I was like, wow, there's so many things that I could actually do for practice empathy and leverage this AI and make it make sense
Hmm. Yeah,
without it just feeling like AI is randomly in there. Like, no, there's actually a function for it. It solves our problem. It's great.
yeah. I think he was genuinely interested,
Mm-hmm.
like intrigued, and like wants to help out.
Mm-hmm.
So like the more we can structure our DAOs and give him a token to contribute,
Yeah.
the better. He's really smart guy too. So he was very procedural in his questions. I always like a person that asks good questions.
Mm-hmm. It was cool. I really enjoyed getting to know him. I'm excited to kind of put together. It also helped me get to the next step because I was like tiptoeing around the questions. But it's easier now for me to just have like a framework, and then I'll have other people have their input and contribute to it.
Hmm. I love
Mm.
it. Yeah, he was a that was a good conversation.
What
Glad.
was
What was that?
um, you've had so many meetings. I was going to be like, what was your favorite meeting this week?
Um, my favorite meeting this week. I probably should say that offline. Um, my favorite meeting this week probably was I had a call with some guys I met from Denver. They're one of my buddies is doing a Teo. Shout out to Teo, from Nigeria in Chicago. He is building out this education like crypto education platform. And so I kind of helped him with his deck and helped us work through some of his like solutions that he was trying to create to raise money. Definitely said that he should meet you and Marvin and everyone else to see if there's any like cross collaboration that could be done with his expertise. He's getting his MBA at Notre Dame. Really bright mind, um, really well connected in that space. And I was just like, yo, let's do something. Let's see how we can
That's exciting.
collaborate. He wants to do events. So I'm like, yo, we got something for that. Like, let's just work. So
Well,
I
I was
think
talking
that was
to Salam
go ahead.
too. I was talking to Salam about data and like how sick it was to meet him and his work and his craft and stuff. So it seems like a lot of um, I don't want to say like-minded, but like similar objective people are kind of aligning.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm kind of intrigued to see how this all like, sometimes you're excited about the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my favorite meeting of the week ha- hasn't came yet.
Okay.
It's totally off topic, but Friday we get the gender of the baby.
Oh,
So
that's exciting.
that will be my
I
favorite.
feel like you've kind of run ideas by her on like we should make the gender reveal a NFT DAO community party bid participation token.
That'll be fire.
I'm waiting for my Connect wallet invite.
No. What did you tell me about that? I had to Google and look up, and I was like, oh, what did we call it? Something moon.
My memory is not
It's
there.
it's not a honeymoon, but it's a baby moon.
Oh yeah, baby moon.
Yeah, I didn't know what the at all a baby moon was. And then I
Yeah,
googled it and I was like, oh, I'm like, okay, this is what fancy people do.
yeah,
It's like, okay, it's a good idea.
yeah.
That
Don't
might be
ask me why I know that. I think I just watch like a lot of girls on YouTube have their little baby moons.
well, we got to go to New York for the NFT event in June, so that might be something.
Exciting.
Maybe, maybe. But anyway,
Can't wait.
yes, that's my favorite meeting so far. That has not happened. And
You guys got baby NFT ideas already?
yeah, yeah. I want to do 3D baby that you can configure the
Okay.
clothes with Droove, and you can obviously give it the name and like your birthday and all those type of things. Minted. The money is basically staked, and then it isn't unlocked until the baby's 18th birthday.
Smart.
So now the baby in 18 years, whatever is inside, whatever's accrued, they get that as well. It's like, graduation gift. Hopefully it's like 100 something grand. Um, and they can start their adulthood.
I love it. I was about to put my dad on blast for not doing that, but it's all right.
Well, I mean, they weren't really around.
I know. It's all right. That's sick though.
All right. What else we got on deck?
We have to. I feel like now that we're becoming a little more credible, we have to talk about the Ukraine war, how NFTs are involved, which DAOs are getting involved to save the war. So Pussy Riot has created a Ukraine NFT DAO, and they're actually like a huge community now. And then I saw today that CryptoPunks have also done a donation. So it seems like a lot of DAOs are forming and NFTs are being sold to help. And then it also seems like all these what do we call them? Self-autonomous organizations that everyone was like is a scam or it's just like clickbait or cloud or like boys club, they're actually making donations. So I don't know what to be mad about in a way.
Right.
It looks like everyone's trying to contribute some of their treasury to humanity.
I love it. I love it. It's like right on brand, right on time. I think the a lot of developers are from the Ukraine, right? And like I saw like the development army they created. It's like 180,000 engineers to do like cyber attacks on Russia and all kinds of crazy shit.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought it was super interesting. But no, I love the activity that I'm seeing. I think it's I even saw like we should reach out to Young Thug. You got a Young Thug connection?
No.
All
But
right.
what?
So
Tell me.
I saw a post that Young Thug said he wants to help the Africans get out of Ukraine.
Oh.
So all that footage that went viral around the Africans trying to get out, and they're like, no, like Ukrainians first can leave, and then the Africans can leave.
Mhm.
He was like, yo, I'm not really with that. There should be equality for all people trying to get out.
Mhm.
So just that like one internal, uh, act of, I guess not equal for all, when they're all going through like the war was kind of triggered him. So, maybe we do this sound bite, reach out to Young Thug to be like, look, not only do we want to help Africans, we want to help everybody
Yeah.
equally. Join our DAO, Young Thug,
Invisibly down.
right?
Yeah. I like it. I like, obviously I don't like war and it's never a good thing when there's hardships in the world, but I do like the ability for us to actually see positive impact. Because for a long time, the people who were very resistant to NFTs as a concept were very much like, I haven't seen the impact. All I know is negative impact. I don't understand it. So now you don't really need to understand the art. You don't really need to understand the tokens. All you need to understand is that there's a community of people that have somehow generated and self-created funds that are going to be repurposed towards something good.
Well, I mean, really, really, but in addition to that, it's now the fact that Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, you can flee a country and the banking systems and like your money being tied up doesn't block you.
Mm-hmm.
You can really now go anywhere,
Yeah.
and continue your lifestyle and live. A lot of times you can even have like another level of identity. You don't have to carry like,
That's very true. Yeah.
you don't have to carry gold bricks and bars into anywhere it's going to hold you up. You can just have your crypto wallet, your seed phrase memorized or written down or whatever, stored properly, and you're good to go. You can go start a new life someplace else and kind of pick back up really quickly. So I think it's a really powerful example of how, not only can we help, through war. I think, I think the whole reasoning, I don't even want to get into that, like the reasonings behind the war, because a lot of it, at least from the sources that I viewed, a lot of it doesn't really make sense. War never really makes sense, to be honest. But invading Ukraine for those reasons is like, come on, really? But colonizers will colonize. So definitely many prayers and thoughts out to the Ukraine, and I'm glad to see so many people rallying and helping, to get people out of this turmoil and these turbulent times.
It's beautiful. Apparently, 52 million funds are going towards it.
That's crazy.
The flag alone has now raised 6.7 million. So it's on a big scale.
Interesting.
And about, like, even if you think about local things, when we go through like hurricanes, shelters, natural disasters, there's now opportunities for us to find ways to fund those. And there could be DAOs specifically for sustaining those types of things, sustaining the Amazon rainforest. Imagine when the Amazon rainforest situation happened, if we had all of what we have now to kind of like counteract that, or at least a group of people who wanted to stand up for it and create funds for it.
I mean, it's going to revolutionize. I mean, it's already done it, but it's just really becoming more mainstream. I think if the people who are paying attention get it and understand it and see it, but just like when you looked at the Super Bowl, right? There's so many crypto commercials and all their explosive growth. Now these type of actions and movements will become more mainstream. Hopefully, it's still going to be a lot of work, but I'm excited to see this. The change in guard, so to speak, on how we all make impact and help each other.
Seems. All right. I have another topic that I'm actually really excited about.
Run it.
My computer's so done with me. It's like lagging. Okay. Epic Games has now acquired Bandcamp.
Epic Games acquired Bandcamp?
Mm-hmm. At first, I thought it was like a partnership because I've seen so many different headlines, but this specific headline, Verity.com, says Epic Games acquires Bandcamp as Fortnite makers expand into music. Furthermore, Bandcamp will play an important role in Epic's vision to help. I suck at reading out loud. To build out a creator marketplace ecosystem for content, technology, games, etc., etc. According to Bandcamp, under its revenue model, artists receive an average of 62% every sale. I can confirm because my boyfriend lives and breathes Bandcamp and loves it and has a great relationship with them because he can operate on his own on there. So I think it's like I know from royalty management side, we've seen it, everyone's talking about it, but I think it's a big move considering people undervalue or kind of like look at Bandcamp as the underdog sometimes if they're not from that space, like the mass consumer does, because they're so caught up in the Spotify's and the titles of the world. But Bandcamp is really where an artist sets up shop. Like you can buy my merch, you can buy my CDs, you can buy digital albums, right? And I'm taking home everything, most of it, 80%. But for Epic to tap in, I think that they're just like putting their hand in a catalog where like everything exists. It's like not only does music exist, merch exists, so many different levels of assets. And then I have a team that I just acquired who lives and breathes creator economy.
Well, I mean, this definitely goes back to my earlier prediction of how you're going to see businesses that have no business working together start working together.
Yeah. This one, at least, like, it does make a little sense, but I think we're going to see a lot of these headlines going forward because everyone's going to want to be future proof.
I agree. I agree, and I'm interested to see what comes out of the relationship, like their roadmap and what they plan on building together. I mean, obviously, there's going to have to be conversations around Web3. So
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm interested.
Me too. I'm watching this one closely. What's on your mind?
Um, I guess I'm really in like build mode. I'm really in like just
Yeah, I've noticed.
like programmable companies. It is such a unique thing, but I'm starting to see like the overlap between how they parallel with regular off-chain entities. So
I was going to say explain. I'm confused.
like in like the Moloch DAO or smart contracts, like they have certain like they've given names to certain roles. So like if you're an inactive investor, you're labeled a goblin, right? So they have all these I know. This is like Dungeons and Dragons, but
All right.
I didn't make this stuff up. I'm just I'm giving you what I've read.
In a new tab just to check for a second. I was like, what?
Yeah, so they have mages, goblins, summoners, and so all of these different roles, similarly work in the same capacity or a similar capacity to like a LP or a general partner or a manager within a traditional investment fund. They just have some unique variances to them. So kind of making the comparisons, seeing the difference in terms of nuances between them are kind of fascinating. But then like you can also see how like when someone in a DAO or not even a DAO in a company, like if you have equity in a company and you get kicked out or you want to leave, well, we have to figure out like what's your fair market value of your shares, which is always like this very long-winded, highly involved levels of arbitration.
It's like get the exit package for sexual harassment, but you're a big person, so you got to get an exit package.
Right. No matter why you leave, if you would just choose to leave on your own, right? Like, but you own 20%. And so you have to come up with like a fair market value of your shares, right? This is not necessarily a public company that has like a complete share price, right? So in a DAO, in this particular type of smart contract, all that's kind of equated up front and how like what the resolution is going to be. So I just find it fascinating how they've kind of taken some of these traditional problems, flipped them on their head, wrote programs or wrote code around how it all work, and now you have to really abide by it, which makes it trustless, so to speak. You don't want to get kicked out, but you can be like you can be expelled, you can be all kinds of things. You can go to jail.
But who governs that? It's the entire community of that DAO, or how do
Well,
you do
so
both?
this is a lot to me. What I'm seeing, like, this is a lot smaller. You can be a member. You can be like, there's just different levels of participation, right? Um, like how people even get introduced. Like, even if you want to bring somebody in, if you want to be a new member, you have to be championed by someone else. Like, and then it's a vetting process to even get in. It's not like traditional, oh, you want to join my DAO? Come on, come in.
Yeah.
This isn't that. This is a lot more uh, strategic and more compliant because this is regulated by the SEC because you're creating securities. So, you know, fascinating. I love it. Um, the Moloch V3 is out, which I think is even cooler. It has a lot more interesting, flexible features and functionalities. Or as I like to say, my word of 2022 is exotic.
Please
These
don't.
these exotic. I mean, because it's so
Oh no.
it's so unique. It is like seeing like
Moloch
it,
sounds like it's like a car. It sounds not Dowie. I'm sorry, guys, but it sounds like a Tesla car.
these are like, but this is like OG, like DAO system structure setup.
Okay. The
This
first.
is this is like Photoshop. This is like, this is like
That's a good
it's like
analogy.
the first one ever. But I think they've done it just the best. And like looking at their history, at least from like a metacartel perspective, how they started. I mean, these guys were doing this stuff in like 2016, 17, and it had like a natural evolution. So they invested in OpenSea in the seed round.
Wow. Okay.
Like they invest in all these companies really early on. So for me, looking at what they've done, it's like, you know, there's no reason to completely reinvent the wheel.
No,
Everything is open source.
it's at the end of the day, I believe that any idea you've had, someone's already had it. It's just how they've executed it. So you and I just got here at this date and time. They probably got there at that date and time. So they've tested things. It's wins, fails. It's always nice to learn from other people and have a mentor and be involved.
It's funny because I used to work with this guy. Um, I don't think you ever got a chance. Did you ever? I think you did meet Rob a long time ago. Um,
Or what do we meet on?
he was a part of our team, like
Oh, okay.
really, like bald, older white guy.
Maybe in the original Pimler combos, which,
Yeah,
by the way, I tested the app. You guys, I'm really impressed because most of the time when I get like apps back to me to test, the screens are like halfway cut off. Things aren't. It was nice. It wasn't. I caught a couple bugs, but it was mostly like spacing. Nothing crazy.
yeah. And next steps are, and I'll get back to Rob in a second because I got to shout out Rob. I'm gonna send him this episode, but the next step is like this integrating like the wallet piece, which to do that we have to figure out like, okay, like what chain do we want to be on, right?
Mhm.
That's going to determine the wallet. um and like all those things, and like minting the actual NFTs or setting up the mint page, however we want to structure that so the NFTs can be sold, and does that give you access to Discord and all these other components. So as we figure that last little piece out, we can build it, and that part I think will be really simple, and we're rocking.
That's
We're rocking.
exciting. Yeah. Um, what was I gonna say? I had a question for you.
Oh wait, Rob.
Oh, yes.
So Rob's company was called the Mighty Guild,
That's
right?
cute.
And Rob is probably at the time, like Rob was like the first that he carried like a Dow and never got credit for it. And like seriously, like what Rob would do is he would create, like he was really more into like staffing. So
Hmm.
he would like get you a contract, and once he gives you the contract, like he would take his piece or whatnot, and then you just kind of like he's out of the way. But his company would get paid and then pay you out. But what he would do is he would create like this large Excel sheet, and you would see everybody's payments, the hours, everything kind of broken down, and like the non-billable contribution and
Hmm.
how that would get paid out through like the money they would accrue in like their own treasury, right? So if you worked non-billable, and a lot of agencies have like a similar structure, but in the beginning I was like, yo, why are you telling people how much money I'm getting paid? Like, why everybody got to be in my account like that? You just got my all my bread, and it was like me and the other person. We was transparency. We were making like the most money. I'm just like, this is a little uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
but but now when you think about like what a DAO does to a degree, it's the same.
I'm
Like,
for it. I know, like, on a personal level, it might seem a little weird, but I'm for it only because I've been in corporate. So the way that an executive or a manager can make decisions on me and my value and profile me based off my income or where I fit in this pay scale, I want to be able to do the same thing back. Like, why is it top down? If I know how much you're making too, that puts me in a different position to value you too, because you're doing it off when think about, like, not the person who hired you and gave you the job, but when a random person comes into the company. So you've been there for 3 or 4 years, brand new person comes in above you, and now they don't know you, they don't know your skills, they barely are catching up to the company, let alone what you've done for the company. But they come in immediately, look at your HR papers, look at your pay, and then in their brain, because we're all human, bias kicks in, and now they've put you on their playing field wherever they want to put you, right? That's why I believe that everyone in a company should know what the other person's making.
you know who we need to interview?
So,
Joseph DeLong from Sushi Swap. I got to hit him up. I went and saw his presentation, but he has a lot of thoughts around like the how you should how a DAO should be governed, and like to a degree, I'm like in the middle because I haven't really gone through the experience of a DAO to say like what my
mm,
preferences would be just yet. But I do think that he has a lot of good points. Like, but I see lots of people on both sides saying no, DAO shouldn't have that. Some people saying DAO should. So I just want to experience it. And I think like with us, we have enough architecture to where a an investment DAO won't be huge, right? And like an investment DAO will have a singular purpose of making investments, whereas a service DAO will have a singular purpose of providing services um, for uh, for others. Like in an investment DAO, like if you don't want to invest, you don't have to invest. So when you say things about like how much someone else is making, like you can see the deal, but like you don't like if someone makes a proposal for $50,000 and you don't want to be a part of that investment and you want to like sit back, you can sit back and not be a part of that, and I have your funds go towards that investment. Or like there's so many nuances to it that maybe you can.
I love that. I like anything that's opt in, opt out.
Service
That's
DAO is
giving
more.
choice.
Go ahead.
That's all I was going to say. That's giving humans choices.
Correct. Service DAO is more we build for others, and
Mhm.
like not really just build for others. We partner with others to establish long-term relationships to do cool things and like new product. Like if maybe we help them build something in the beginning and we're like, yo, we want to invest in this. Like we want to see this even further. Um,
Mhm.
Contributors of that particular dope DAO can take it even further. Then we have events, and then we have like our own projects that can spin out. So we got like these pillars. So I think the governance amongst all of them will have bits and tweaks to them that are unique for themselves. But I'm uh I'm excited.
Me too. You know what I feel? The projects that we've worked on, what I really liked is when you ask, like, how invested are you in this, or how long do you want to be part of this? Because it gives liberty back to the person to be like, it's not just for a check. It's, do I care about this purpose? Do I see myself dealing with these stakeholders? And if I do, like, for how long? Do I care to be around to see it come to light? Like, sometimes you just want to do the upfront work, but you don't want to stick around until it's like in full production. So
Hmm.
it kind of reframed the way that I started thinking about clients or just like side work, where now I actually think about the longevity of it all. Like, I could be around until you go into post production, until you get your first beta users, all of that, right? But sometimes in design, you just think of like, I'm going to hand off to development and it is what it is.
Right. I mean, that's fair. Though I do think that having a keen sense on participation is like, because if a relationship dwindles, if you know that you have a long-term hold in the not relationship, but the purpose or vision of the product, you can get through certain things. It's like any other relationship. It's like, a relationship you can have with a significant other. It's like, okay, you get on my nerves for now, but I know what the goal is and what we're trying to get to long term.
Yeah.
So you want to work. It's easier to work through things. So like sometimes you don't have a long term vision and people get on your nerves immediately. It's like we in the dating phase and getting on my nerves. This is not going to work.
Not, I can't see the bigger picture here.
There is no bigger picture. So I love that, and I think that with some of the new clients we got coming in and like some of the other things, like I've kind of been putting the cart before the horse with to some degree. And I'm
Hmm.
just kind of like mentally, like even like the guy I'm introducing to tomorrow, I was like, look, service DAO, you'll be our first test case. Are you cool with that? I do not have the smart invoice ready yet. Like, can you give me the week?
But the
Like,
transparency of it all is the best because he knows what he's getting himself into.
correct. And so, to a degree,
And to a degree, it's to his favor because it's like having your first set of users. You're building for their needs.
right. And so, that's when things like D work can come in. So anyone out there watching, if you're not
That
familiar
was
with
my
D
last
work,
topic. The synergy is great.
right? Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah.
Um, so if you guys aren't familiar with D work, it's like Trello meets blockchain or like bounties. So you can create a board, you can come up with a project, you can incentivize, you can tokenize the task. You can connect it to Discord. You can connect your own token. So if we have our own ERC20 token, then we can connect that token to DWork, right? So you can have a practice empathy token and be like, look, I need someone to assist me on these screens, and I'm putting up 1,000 PE tokens. And someone can be like, yo, I believe in practice empathy. I see where it's going. I understand the tokenomics. I want how much money it's going to make once they sell out these NFTs. Yeah, I'm going to take this task and I'm going to get these tokens early. And not just the NFTs, right? But I'm going to get these tokens, these coins early, complete the task, and now I got it. And now
Hmm.
I'm like affiliated with that at the very early stages. And that's what I think is kind of missing from a lot of the clients that we work with. Like,
I have one take on that.
go for it.
What happens if you take the token, you do the work, but the it's awkward. But like, what if it pivots? What if the vision changes and now you're sitting on a bunch of tokens and some work that you did, but now the vision's changed and it's a whole new product and a whole new vision.
That's not their fault. Like, it's not their fault that you went in a different direction. Like, it's just like,
So not you as the contributor, but the person above the contributor, whoever initiated the idea or is leading that treasury.
then they gotta pay up. I mean, it's not even pay up. That person, once your tokens have more value, that person is still able to cash in, right? It's like if if I'm like,
And if I'm the contributor and the vision's changed, I would just kind of like swap out, like pass my tokens off to someone else, honestly.
no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. It's like,
I don't want to make money off of a vision I don't fuck with.
no, you're not making money off of a vision. You're making money off of your contribution. Like you literally contributed what was agreed to at that moment in time, right? It's like, hey, I need you to
Yes, but okay, I might be taking this to a crazy level, which might never happen, but let's just hypothetically, because I'm a user scenario freak, let's just say you contributed to fight racism, right?
okay.
And then at some point, a branch of that DAO or some people in that DAO or something happened in that DAO where now it's like all lives matter bullshit, right? So how does that work?
So to evade any political anything, I want to just
I know
brief
I picked the hardest topic.
I'm gonna just slide right by that topic and just say if Thurs is like, yo, can you design this part of my living room app? And it's Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. And you're like, okay, I want to design this app. And he's like, I'm gonna give you 10,000 Pimler tokens. And
Hmm.
you're like, perfect. You do the work, you get the tokens, and if he in turn, and let's say he has 10 million tokens in total circulation, if he in turns is like, you know what, I want this to be a home decorating app, no music, home decoration. That's not your fault. Like that's not your fault. He changed. You can, and if that home decoration app blows up with a whole nother design that you never participated with, you still have the right to be able to say, okay, I can cash these tokens out now because they're worth $10 each and make $100,000.
Hmm.
Like it's just shares. Is it?
I would cash out if I didn't fuck with the vision, really.
But I'm just saying it's like shares of a company. So like think about Instagram. Like things can pivot in a good way or a bad way.
Hmm.
Instagram, where it started, wasn't where it is today. And most companies, I would anticipate, will pivot and the vision should change as they learn more from their users. I mean, the mission and purpose should stay the same, but like the product may pivot. That's totally fine. Um, but yeah, it's just, and usually again, in the early companies, I'm looking at coins the equivalent of a share in a company. In the beginning, they have no real value, right? Or they have some
But you're betting on the success of the startup. That's
well, you're not. You're betting on the success of the product, and the startup as a
the
total.
startup would be really like the DAO. The product would be the the NFT, the Instagram, the collection.
Correct, correct. So you're really betting in the people, right?
Hmm.
To some degree, it's like, yo, I like your idea. I think you can execute on this idea. I'll help contribute in this capacity in exchange for some shares. Maybe
Yeah.
these shares don't have governance. Maybe these, and that's a cool thing about this Moloch smart contract. They have like loot, and loot is where you separate like your your fiduciary needs versus your governance needs. So I was like, that's kind of fire. I mean, it's a like shout out to them. I love what they're doing.
Hmm.
Um, Most people probably don't know shit about what they're doing. I think that they're on to something great. I looked at so apparently the smart contract has been forked like 600 times.
Oh wow.
That's it. And someone was this, and I read an article. It was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, 600. That's it.
It's like one person who did it 100 times to get it right.
I'm like, that's not a lot of people who's looking at this in
Yeah,
depthly, but it's literally the best practice amongst all the top tier DAOs.
that's cool.
So I'm like, okay, we're in the right space. So come up with our own.
When you were saying all that, I was thinking, because you can listen, actively listen, but also think.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
was thinking about how the people who I think should thrive the most and will thrive the most in this contribution space is people who are in apprenticeships and interns. The interns that didn't get paid but are now somewhat getting half-ass paid, that just want the experience for their portfolio. If I was 20 years old right now, all I would do was join DAO's left, right, and center and just contribute design stuff left, right, and center.
The cool thing about that is if the DAO is properly set up, like with D work, you can, once you complete that task, it's turned into an NFT, and now you have a proof of work.
And you know what's the best part is, imagine if you could, on the dev side or design side, like imagine if you could have the opportunity very early in your career and very early in all those traditional web 2 ones that right now that are booming, like if I had contributed just even a day of my time to Airbnb, Instagram, like fractionalized contributions, and I could be getting the royalties to this day for those now that they're thriving and dominating the web 2 space, and I had proof to say that I did that, boom. I don't even need a portfolio. It's on the blockchain. You there's proof that I did it.
So they don't. I don't think they have royalties for that, but they do have like royalties. They do have royalties for like not for that, but they do have royalties for like your investments that you make, like actual like financial investments that you make, versus like contributions that you make. So if you put in 10 grand, they can calculate like your royalties for like
That's
the
still bullshit. I'm sorry. That's still bullshit because I still stand by like the $300 million button use case or case study where it's like, if I put the freaking plus sign for Insta stories there as a designer, I should get the royalties for it every time someone clicks on it. Are you yelling at kids on mute?
correct,
I know it now.
correct. No, I think, I mean, I don't know how you value or come up with the valuation of that, because to a degree it's like, if the button, if there's already, and it's really, where do you weight the metrics? So is it so there's 300 million people on this app already, that the button might get a certain, like it might make people use this feature more, but did it get more people on the platform? So what do you value more users on the platform, which makes your valuation of a company higher, or people who are already on it using it more, which kind of is another metric as
The
well.
functionality, yeah, any functionality that you create to keep people on your platform for the longest amount of time is revenue for these platforms. So if I can prove that I kept them long enough to get to the ad and watch the ad, revenue. If I can prove that by installing a filter, all these people downloaded it and it worked and it led to sales of a t-shirt, revenue. Like all of that is revenue. So from the design side and the development side, it's no different than like a songwriter and a producer, 50-50. We should get royalties because of the longevity of that feature or that song.
Yeah,
I
the
got
difference,
to tell you all this one day.
the difference is, you created that song, you created the music, like in that space and time, and that's the product. With a actual platform, it existed before you came in, so it was like, you got to value
The
what they
platform existed, but the when you sit in a meeting and someone has that idea, so you're sitting in a meeting with 10 people. One person comes up with an idea. Someone above you says, "That's great. I'm going to run with it and go tell my someone above me that idea and I'm going to get the credit and the promotion." That person goes, so it's like this distribution of promotion, but the person who seeded that idea should have some sort of ability to say, I did that. But in the natural world that we live in, you don't want to get fired. You don't want to piss off your boss. So it's very hard for someone who started the idea that's like at the bottom of this stupid hierarchy to be like, that was my idea. It wasn't my boss's idea.
And that's why we have Idea DAO, invisibly dope experience architecture.
Slam dunk.
Boom. But no, I get it. I mean, I think those are the future of work, is what we're trying to figure out now, bit by bit.
Mm-hmm.
By no means do I think we're going to be perfect out the gate, but I do think that, side note, I bought domain names.
More? I feel like this is your little hobby.
Yeah, I put some up for sale too. I was like 33 ETH,
Oh my goodness.
33, 33, 33 ETH, whatever. So I bought idea-dao.com.
Okay. You
And
really like these hyphens.
well, there's not other things aren't available.
Okay.
And idea DAO as one word looks really silly next to each other.
Okay.
Like write it out. Like it looks funny.
Yeah, ADA in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got the idea.dao because idea.dao is not available yet.
Idea DAO, when you write it out, it looks like idea DAO.
I know. I was just like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, no, I like the idea because it's always the idea and then it's a new idea. I don't know. I'm making it up at this point, but I'm into it. So we have three options.
Yeah, we got two options. Two
Oh.
options. So we got idea-dao.com. So you can
Yeah.
just
Hyphen is just bad for SEO purposes.
I mean, are we really looking for like lots of traffic?
No.
And
It's
then
pure ideation.
we have the idea.dao.
The idea.dao. I like that more.
The only problem is with these unstoppable domains is that they're hella tricky when it comes to like regular like DNS settings and all that type of stuff, which I am not fond of. I did look up idea. What is it?
I haven't really seen DAOs. I just realized that.
They're new. They're a thing.
Interesting. I just realized I have practiceempathy.nft, but now I need practiceempathy.dao. No one go take it.
Practice empathy. I don't like the two E's next to each other.
It's okay. I'm going to figure out a design way to make it look better.
So .dao is available for $20.
It's going to be mine tonight.
Yeah, I think you might want to go ahead and add that to the cart.
All right. I think
It's funny. So Meta World Peace came out with a NFC collection. Do you know what that is?
I swear you sent them to me this week.
No.
Oh.
So Meta World Peace came out with the NFT. And I have Meta Peace coin. I want to be like, yo, Meta World.
I have your piece and I have your coin.
Yeah, like Meta World Peace coin. Like you can come buy this for like 33 ETH. You know another domain name I bought?
I was going to be like, don't be that guy that buys all the artists' domain DAOs and then sells it to them.
I bought Metadope.
Metadope?
Yeah, Metadope.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was, it's like when you're at the grocery store and you're checking out and you start adding other shit in just because you're just there. I was just like, oh, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
That's so funny.
I know. It went from like $40 to like $300, and I was like, why do I do this every single time?
Just investing in domain names. Who knew?
But the cool thing about Unstoppable Domains is that
why don't you start selling domain? There's people who create domains. Why you know how to develop and do stuff? Why don't you start building your own little domain situation?
That's what I did. That's what I was just saying. So on Unstoppable Domains, you can mint them.
Okay.
So once you mint it, it'll connect to OpenSea. And now when you open your OpenSea wallet, or when you go to OpenSea and open your wallet, you'll see it there and you can put it up for sale.
That's cool.
So that's what I was just doing. I was just playing. That's what I was saying.
Cool. It's like secondary market for domain names.
Yeah, and I put them all up for 33 ETH.
That I'm gonna go see how much my Zorbs are worth. I have one more thought that I forgot to bring up,
Oh,
which
we got
was
to do our
the thing.
game. Okay.
Oh yeah, but it was the first thing I wanted to say, and I forgot to say, is that there's a helicopter going by, stealing my thunder. Did you hear that?
Mhm.
Right above my head. I really like, even though you guys sent me D work and I knew about it, and the link came from you. When I opened it and it gave me the option to either connect with my MetaMask or my Discord, halfway through clicking MetaMask, I went back and clicked Discord. And I was like, why did it, like, my brain caught itself and I was like, why did I do that? It's, if anything, I would want my MetaMask connected for this purpose specifically. Now I have ambulance going by. They're just really testing.
It gives texture to the conversation. Don't worry.
Okay. I had kids running in the background too. You got kids. It's sound layers.
Correct.
So when I was doing it all, like halfway through, I was like, why am I doing this? If anything, I would want this to be connected. This is how I'm going to get paid in the future. But I did the Discord thing and I really liked it just because I've been reading a lot about how people are just saying, like, don't connect to anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to just get a site up. And so even though I don't really have that much funds in my MetaMask, I don't know why, I just really enjoyed that feature. And I think we should build that feature on everything we do. Because like some people just maybe don't even have a wallet. Maybe they just want to connect their Discord, or maybe they want to get comfortable before they connect their wallet. Why do I need to connect my wallet off the jump just to explore your site?
Because it's going to unlock things for you. And I think so. Like, I'm not opposed to, like, maybe there's a certain entry point when you should do it, or maybe when it's presented to you. But like, I like the fact that on certain Discord servers, I need to connect my wallet because it's going to unlock certain things in the Discord. Because you're now verifying that I own this particular token.
That's fine. At least like I'm comfortable enough to want to unlock things in there.
Right. Well, I have something I have the key, right? Like, I have the key in my wallet, which is this NFT. Now with D-Work, that functionality or feature is really because now you can, like, go talk about this particular task, right? Like, of the DAO in the community. So it's pretty dope.
I like that a lot. Okay, let's play our game.
All right. You got your word ready?
Yes.
All right. What was that?
It's on my screen.
All right. My word is track.
Destination.
Track, destination. Man, if that don't work together. If that don't work together.
GPS. That was the
All
first
right.
thing that came to mind.
I was thinking like track and field.
Yeah, I could see that.
So maybe there's like NFTs for like proof of time, like speed or proof of time.
That's all we do. Proof of time.
Proof of time. What about proof of speed?
Proof of speed. Proof
Well,
of completion.
you're racing. You're racing on a track, right? So I want to be faster than you.
And you're trying to get to your destination.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
How long it takes you to get to your destination?
So maybe your
destination could be a task.
Maybe it's like some IoT involved, and it can measure the acceleration or the time started of the movement started and stopped of the destination, point A to point B, determine who went the fastest and put it on the blockchain.
Am I rewarded for how fast I complete tasks?
With quality measured in.
Okay.
So, or we can take maybe we put the Olympics on chain.
Oh.
Maybe the Olympics.
I like that.
All the records can be on chain.
I like the Olympics on chain, and it's like a double entendre, whatever that word is, where the Olympics are always at a different destination.
Correct. And you always get like, well, it's not really a chain, but you get.
We haven't really tapped into sports like that. We've been busy.
Man, that's my whole heart.
I know.
Gym with basketball court coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. We will in 2023 we will be filming live on location at some sunny ass spot in Los Angeles in our basketball gym at least once, just to show y'all what that looks like. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited to have a space.
You got to go see Chaya Day. Like, you're out there. Like,
I'm
trust me, trust me.
okay.
You would.
Send me
It,
location.
I got to see who I know who still works there, and they can just give you like a quick tour.
Okay.
TWA. Surprised you aren't familiar with these guys. They're like the biggest ad agency in the world. And then their location.
You forget that I'm from Canada.
I mean, the world is the world, right?
Try a deck.
Like, that's cool. Look at their website. Look at the little thing on their website. You would like that. That's
How do
something
you
that
spell this? Because I found food exporting.
I sent it to you on Slack.
All right.
Everybody watching is like, Slack,
Oh my god.
not Discord. Oh, Slack.
Let's see. We love disruption. Okay.
But their office
How do I see their?
maybe Google Los Angeles. I'll send you like the search term or something.
Finder. So they got, like, what is it, a studio space or multiple spaces, co-work? What's the deal?
It is
They
like
have
the
split companies, Arts Lab, Designery. I haven't even been to the design district out here. That's crazy.
there's another Slack, like a Google search. Like, their office space is like the Willy Wonka of workspace. And it's funny because guess who I went here with?
They're on TripAdvisors and everything. With Thirst?
Yeah.
Probably.
Our college field, it was a field trip for one of our classes in college.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
And I'm
What a
walking in.
full circle moment if you guys went back there, or like had a spot like that.
What was that?
It would be full circle if you guys went back there or had a spot like that.
Yeah. And like, so they are the company who does all of Apple's advertising. So like that silhouette with like the with the headphones. So Steve Jobs was in love with them so much, he did a spin-off company with them across the street called Mall, like MAL, and because he didn't want his work to be intertwined with all their other client work,
Yeah.
so he himself built a second location across the street with like thumbprinting, retina eye scanning for everybody on his Apple projects just to get in and talk about his shit only. Like, that's how private and secretive he was about what he was doing, because they have all the big companies, right? Like Nissan and other competitors. So yeah, it's. I mean, I'm walking through, I'm in this big conference room, and I keep looking outside. I'm like, yo, y'all could just go play basketball in the middle of the day. Like, your whole office is centered around
Like quality of life.
correct,
Quality
but
of life will create the best deliverables and outcome.
correct. So people don't even have to work at their desk. They had like this waterfall wall that you could just go sit next to and put your feet up. Like,
Like these plant walls now.
yeah, so it was super creative. It's for creatives. It's an office space built for creative people.
I'm gonna go sneak in a tour.
Yeah, I think you will really like it. It will definitely be inspirational, give you new ideas, and that is what I want to tangibly build. But it'll be like a co-working space, and everybody in the DAO can come work on their shit in that space. Boom.
And can we have our own little pods for our DAOs? Like Practice Empathy has its own little pod. You
Yeah,
got
or
your
you or pod, or maybe you might want a theme.
and contributors can go in and out and contribute to whatever room,
Correct.
theme,
Correct.
situation, floor.
And they can get the POAPs.
Maybe that's where the architecture comes in.
Get the POAPs.
I heard
Get the
you.
POAPs. I got POAPs.
Okay. You
You
got
got
them?
the POAPs?
No.
I got like 5
How'd you get them?
from the ETH Denver.
Oh, shit.
I could have got more, but you know.
Walk us through it. So, what now that you got them?
All right, let me just open up my wallet really quick. So what happened was, what originally happened was that when I first was checking in, it made you do the what is it? The testing, like the COVID testing.
Okay.
So you're at like this little like hors d'oeuvre table with like 6 other people, and I met this guy, and he's like, "Yo, I'm with POAP." As we're kind of waiting for our results, and I'm like, "Oh, I heard of these." And so he comes from, what company is he with? Let me connect. POAP, and this is like
That was my first initiation kind of that practice empathy would work. I was like, if I could just prove the people will practice.
I met Lamboshi at ETH Denver. Shout out to Lamboshi. Is this his Twitter page? So look, I'll tweet it.
Okay.
Okay, that's one tweet. Boom. So I met Lamboshi. Migrate this part is currently on Xbox and it can't be migrated to mainnet. But yeah.
Interesting. That's cute. I can totally. So it's just proof that you met?
Correct.
Crazy.
Correct.
All the people that are like, I met this celebrity. I was at that party. I was at the first Drake concert in Toronto. Were you there? That could have been an NFT.
It's going to be a thing.
Yeah. That's cool. They should do it for concerts. They should do it for Coachellas.
There's a POAP DAO, right?
I should join.
But it's for designing POAPs.
That's cool.
So you can apply. They're on D-Work.
Wow. A whole new world.
So you can see, and I met the owner as well. And I asked him if they needed if they did any 3D work, because I was like, oh, we can partner. We can have DAO to DAO, bro. But he said they made like $100,000 in revenue in like 3 months. That's cool.
That is cool.
To distribute it out. That's not really a lot of money, but
who's putting up the money though?
Company, the companies. So if you like, I got a pack of POAPs because they come in physical products too.
Interesting.
They're like pogs.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah.
They literally are pogs, like a slammer. And so they make them, and like when you look at it, like there's all these different like Web3 companies that you can. So sometimes people don't even open them, right? They'll
It's
keep
like getting a lanyard or a wristband that you keep.
Correct. And like, I'm not sure what the value of not opening your pack is. Maybe it's like the value of not opening your, I don't know, to be honest. But inside, all the companies want POAPs, so they make bounties, and people can say, "Oh, I'll take this $500 bounty."
I think the value of not opening it is like when people want to resell it, and then the secondary person wants to feel or pay the value of I was the first to get this.
But how do you know what's inside if you don't open it? How do you know the value you got if you don't open it?
not necessarily like what's the content inside doesn't matter. It's just that I have sealed. Like I got sealed kicks, I got sealed vinyls, I got anything sealed makes you feel like, you know.
True. But I remember like a buddy of mine. He owns a clothing store out here, and he'll do like mystery like bags.
Yeah.
So you can get like this, a mystery crew neck T-shirt for like $25 or something. Like items that probably aren't selling that well.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know.
It's cool.
All right, this was a good episode.
It was great. It gives me more motivation to go spend hours and hours and documenting our time.
Come on, you gotta say hi before we get off.
We have kid NFTs.
Come on. You already know you coming.
Hi. You're not shy anymore.
And he's out.
Slowly exits.
Slowly exits.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go. What's it called when you time? I know this word. I've done it before.
Can I make a protein shake?
Yes.
Oh. When you do like the time marking, time stamping.
Oh, time stamping.
Yeah, I really got to get on that because we have a lot of content that we need to distribute.
Oh my goodness.
Let's
split it up.
Hold on. I really want to. I don't know enough information to talk about it. Like I know what I'm talking about, but there's something called Glass Protocol.
For writing?
No, for videos.
For video.
Yeah, there's someone I follow named Val. Shout out to Val on Twitter. She created like a intro video. I'll send it to you on like how it works and everything. But it's pretty much a place where I think you and I can put these videos up, NFT them, and more people will see content that they like. And we'll actually have an audience that understands what we're saying.
What is her name?
Her name is...
Is it Val?
It's valcoholics.eth. I'll send it to you.
No, I'm looking at her on the page.
She also, I'm really looking up to her because she's thriving. She's officially a certified ETH professional. Did you know that was a thing?
A what?
A certified ETH professional.
No.
So yeah, I'm gonna do a deep dive and figure out how we can just test around on there. I want to test the platform. It's gotten a lot of good response from Twitter community and my algorithms.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to do the timestamp. If I need your help, I'll hit you up.
So wait, I was gonna say like maybe we should just split it up. Like maybe we got like, I think this is episode 8. Maybe you do 4, I do 4.
But what happens when you select the clips that I don't like and I want my own clips?
Ladies and gentlemen, I gracefully back out.
Yeah, no, I'm a control freak, so I'm taking this one on.
Okay, fair. I'll gracefully back out.
But I'll let you contribute.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I will find someone. You want to say hi before we get off? Come on, come say hi. Come on. I kind of almost got the same hairstyle. No, not really.
No.
No.
Hi. Why is everyone so shy with me today? What's going on?
Oh my goodness. I hate the sound. She always beatboxing.
Music NFTs.
Right.
You're shy too.
Oh, he's all in the screen.
Okay, we're warming up. The kids got an NFT word.
We got one. I'm
making my own diamond one.
Diamond?
It's a diamond monster.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
I have it.
I can't wait to see. It only takes an hour and a half for them to warm up.
All right. See what he's looking for over there. He's calling it out by name. The piece of paper. Look what we've started.
Is this it? Is this it?
You got like 8 seconds.
I can't find it.
Man, when he gets a deep voice.
I'm not giving a deep voice.
I know I said when you get the deep voice. All right.
Next episode, we'll let you intro.
We'll intro you.
I found it. I found it.
Okay.
Found it.
Like you have 2 adults sitting here for over an hour. They're getting antsy.
Oh, you can't see it.
You can barely see it.
Bring it closer. Oh, sick. That's cool. I see it.
Boom. Well,
Now
NFT it.
Now you got to make it 3D and we're good to go.
Boom. All right. Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, that's what
this is episode 8. And for episode 10, we got a special surprise for you.
We made it pretty far. I'm impressed.
I know. We have. And
Well,
we got all of who is this? I don't know who this is.
I was planning
Hold on. AI Sports _GM. You know that person?
No, but apparently they know what we're interested in.
Hey, I think I do know this person.
Maybe that's that's our new segue into sports NFTs because we're slacking.
No, you know what? You know where I met this guy at? I met this guy at the event. He is building a ticketing app for NFTs. It's called
Awesome.
It's called NF Tickets.
Aren't you mad about the 2 T's right beside each other?
Well, no. It's just NF Tickets.
Okay.
Maybe he didn't want NFT tickets, so I fell him.
I was planning on making 1 million of them and then selling them out.
1 million?
Yeah.
Well, next time maybe me and Saba, we can join your social media pages, and you could just ask us all the questions.
Yeah,
Cool.
I want to know your entire roadmap.
I was not going to make the dollars go past $1 trillion.
You want to go past $1 trillion? Well, if you get to $1 trillion,
From the rich people.
or if you get to $1 trillion, I'm retiring.
All right. I guess. Wait, can I get a yacht?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
All right. Shh. Don't try to make your sound come in. Just stop.
It's totally the kids' show now.
All right.
We should do a spin-off though. We should do a spin-off of just like letting them freestyle and see what they come up with.
Oh goodness. We have tried. I have footage.
Okay. We'll add bloopers.
All right, let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey. You see me on this, right? Come on. All right. Goodbye, everyone. We are
Goodbye.
off.